Welcome to the Pruned podcast. Listen, I need to change my energy a little bit because I got high energy in the building. I'm always trying to be, I have to take the hat off of always having to be super professional, Eurocentric, because that's what's expected. Well, here on the Prune Tree, you can show up as your authentic self. We love ourselves. We love the power that we have. We're growing, we're sharing stories. And I have a tremendous guest I want to introduce you to, Miss Lakeisha Little Shaw. Let's go.
Hi.
You can clap it up and you can heart it up and you can put your comments in the page. I sent a couple of exclusive links out to a couple of people because we want y'all to vibe with us and we interact live. So anything that comes out of her mouth, I'm not going to be liable for that. We're going to have fun tonight. And we're going to have the courageous conversations. And before we get started with those courageous conversations and we dip and dive, we'll have a little fun. So I always have ritual. I always have certain things and patterns that I do to kind of support who you are as a person. That's the therapeutic part of me. And we're going to also be talking about your lifelong journey, your vision for all three of her companies, Mommy of Five. Don't let me, I'm about to blow the whistle in here because we have to give praise where praise is due. Where people strive to grow, you got to uplift and support their crowns. But before we go into that, you know I'm always going to be sharing with you my church lady announcements. Okay? Now listen.
Wait.
Huh?
Before you go into church, lady.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. But you brought me something?
I did.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I will never forget the moment in the church while you were sitting on the pew. So there you go.
The shade is amazing.
I love you too.
I love you for this. Let me tell you who loves you for this.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Ruth Thompson.
Oh,
You don't even know my mama?
That's fine.
But she be like, put a scarf on your lap. You're showing everything. And that's the tomboy in me. Okay? I grew up being a tomboy. I used to get pinched in church. Oh, you got look at you. You always plugging somebody's business. That's what black business did you go to and bought all
Don't
these?
worry about it. I
church
did one
ladies?
so you go every outfit. You know?
Why are you like this?
Ashe.
Ashe! Then clown me. You clown me, girl. And I love it. And because you're like that, it's going to be a signature. And I'm going to wear this at every community event.
Yep.
When I have a short skirt on this summer. And I'm going to put this church lady scarf on. And y'all going to know it's from Lakeisha Little Shaw, the CEO of Shaw for Community and Shaw Bar and the executive director of Fit Me. Listen, you, first of all, you funny as heck. A lot of people don't know that about you. I'm going to get back to you because I knew we was going to have fun. Listen. The only thing you didn't give me the blue. What's going on? You got me the red, the white, the brown, the
How to
black.
pick a side. Blue or red?
I can't. Don't start it. Because you know some of our good friends got in trouble for joking like that on podcast. Okay, listen. Shh. Back to business. Church lady announcements. You are a hot mess. This is why we got to stay on cue.
Okay.
Stop the Hate 2024. Listen, this calendar from Black Woman for Wellness, sponsored by the California Healthy Hair Salon Collaborative. Listen, it's not about just healthy hair. It's about wearing those coils, wearing the waves, wearing your curling. Let your soul glow. You wasn't gonna chime in on that?
You
know what?
I don't like the grease stains on the couch. Sorry.
You remember the grease stains just slid all down that polyester sofa?
I did.
Oh, and they used to put the dollies on the headrest. See, some of y'all young people, y'all don't know about that. You feel me? Now we got Mael. You feel me? We can still have that.
But it's not going to leave the stain.
Endorse us, Mael. He just gave you a plug. Okay. So it's a United in Solidarity. And so this nail salon collaborative, what they did was they combined the efforts of many brown people and they told their stories not only in English, but also in, I want to say this is like a Laotian. It looks like Cambodian. So they actually, when I saw this and I saw the organizer and change maker advocate, Amanda Nguyen, shout out to you. She's the CEO of Rise, and the nonprofit organization that fights for the rights of sexual violence survivors worldwide. She also teaches grassroots organizing in her role and is able to reach millions of people worldwide. Her work is inspirational, important, and incredible. Listen, I brought this up because y'all know what month it is. It is Asian Heritage Month, and we are putting the crowns on our people. This is a beautiful calendar. Go by Black Women for Wellness. They're one of our partners for the coalition. And they have beautiful stories of change makers, kind of like what we're doing with Transcending the Concrete. And we're telling the stories of the change makers on the ground. And we love this grassroots. So we just want you to know your history. Go get one of these beautiful calendars. I endorse everybody. I love the movement. Two, I want you to know that somebody else's children here is an actual story of the challenges that our children go through CPS and the court, the family systems court. And so we're going to be touching on this because this is a part of your story. A lot of people don't know that. You have a tremendous story. But I wanted to uplift this to individuals who support our children and CASA workers and individuals who are CPS social workers who really just need to understand how to connect and know the stories of our people. This is a great book, right? This book is a journal that I often use in our circles, and it's Be Anti-Racist. It's really hard to really deconstruct and deprogram what you see, how you hear it, your microaggressions, and even some of the things that you were raised with in the family. And there's biases. So how do I fight that? Well, one way to do it is looking at your emotional well-being, also looking at how your mind and perceptions and views are created. And you do that with journaling. So this one actually guides forethought for you to invoke critical thinking. A lot of people think critical race theory is something to be scared of, but it's not. This is a great journal. It's by Ibram Kendi. I support it. The next one and the last one that I always share, a good book to read, is the Meditation Exercises and Inspirations for Wellbeing. And shout out to Vina Ford, a good friend, also a supporter. I'm an advocate here. Ms. Vina Ford, I understand that she is now backstage. Surprise! So I wanted to keep this last because Miss Vina Ford is a yoga specialist, and also an advocate, and works in one of the prominent companies that supports the wellness of all people. And I'm not going to tell Vina because I where she works, but I want to support whatever platform she wants to come on, and she's especially here because of Lakeisha, and we want to bring her on. Ready? Are you ready to bring her on?
I'm here.
All right, I love it. So we want to make sure we're not having any feedback on the Facebook feed. And so, Vina, we can hear you loud and clear. Um, Vina, this is awesome to see you. Hi, Vina. So, Vina, we want to uplift you. Please introduce yourself in any way you want to on this podcast, and just lay it plain and clean. Let people know who Lakeisha is. I love when a queen rises another queen's crown.
So I'm Gina Ford. I'm new to this area, but California through and through. Definitely work in the health space. Um, a newly found black plus size yogi who loves to bring our people together for movement and stretching and meditation. And also a real good fan of the Shaw Bar, Lakeisha Little Shaw, and all the really great work she's doing with the community, 209 Heights, the foundation, and then just her everyday business. If you haven't popped by, I would say pop by. It's more like shopping. Popping by a local coffee shop or like a local bar, but you won't get no alcohol or maybe no coffee there. You get some fruit and some real good juice and maybe some of that caffeine that makes you twitch. But boy, you will feel good after that.
That's hilarious. So, we always appreciate you and your wisdom that you bring. Can you tell us like maybe future endeavors with the Shaw Bar or Fit Me? Is there any future endeavors?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. We just have to get it together. But we're going to be teaching some basic beginners vinyasa yoga on Saturdays, early morning because we know in the valley it gets hot. And
Yes.
so you got to do it before we sweat and melt. What someone told me the other day, brown sugar melts in the sun and in the rain. So we got to get out there and do some yoga. So at Fit Me, we will be having some early morning, maybe 7, 8 a.m. yoga, depending on what times feel good. It'll be a nice little 40 to 45 minute flow. All of the great music you love to hear. So we listen to everything from regular old yoga music to, little Dr. Dre, a little E40. We get down with a nice, my yoga company is called Brown Sugar Yoga. So all of our classes start with a little D'Angelo Brown Sugar Babe.
Hey.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about that song, Brown
Right.
Sugar Babe. Listen, it does something. This should get this church lady activated.
Right. We will get the church ladies activated with a little Brown Sugar Babe, some
With some
good,
downward dog.
good dog,
Oh,
and great seat poses and chair poses, and then just everything's at your pace. Everything's with love, kind of like with Lakeisha's whole business. Everything is with love, and there's
Ashe Queen.
nothing there that is going to hurt you. Only things that will help you and make you better than you walked in.
Ashe Queen. You spoken like a true queen. I thank you so much. We have other people in the back room. Surprise, surprise. We have
Thank you,
other people.
Vina.
We thank you so much, Ms. Vina, for coming on. We appreciate you, what you do for the community. We appreciate how you show up. And I just want to speak peace and blessings over you. Thank you.
Thank you, sisters. You guys have a great show, and see you next week for that hike.
Yes.
Let's go. So while we're waiting on bringing on our next person, I see is very dear to Lakeisha. But before we do that, Vina mentioned, and people want to hear you talk.
Okay.
So
you guys want to hear me talk?
This is the podcast. Vina mentioned this hike.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So the hike she's speaking of is our wellness hike, hiking for a purpose series. Is with 209 Hikes. It's a program off of Shaw for Community. And once a month, every second Sunday of the month, typically, we hike for a purpose. This month, our wellness hike is centered around Mental Health Awareness Month. That is something that I hold very dear to my heart. One of the initiatives that I have with all of my businesses is prioritizing the health and well-being of the individual. And that includes your mental health well-being. So this hike on Sunday is a wellness hike. It's free to everyone that wants to come. You just need to log on to 209 Hikes on Facebook and register. But we will provide a lot of resources, mental health therapists, meditation sessions. We provide all of the food. We are providing transportation for those that need transportation from South Stockton. So I'm super excited about that.
Come on, and who is that in partnership?
And that is in partnership with RSSC.
Ashe, Reinvent South Stockton Coalition. We're going to put our money to the pavement and our mouth. We're going to use healers, people who are doers in Stockton, people who are from Southside. Come on, Southside girl.
Yes,
You're making it. Too. You're making that that impact.
And
So
yes, and we want to thank one of our platinum sponsors, Health Plan of San Joaquin, that's making this possible. It's something that I hold very dear to my heart. I started hiking about 15 years ago, and I've always hosted hikes. But I realized the need to help individuals that don't have access or means to be able to go to come. So yeah, so that's about it. We have a little guest, I think. Hold on one second. But yes, so the wellness hikes, please sign up with 209 Hikes on Facebook or Instagram. And like I said, they're free to join. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I can't see. But we do hike every weekend, but those are not wellness hikes. Those are more strenuous hikes. So I did Half Dome last year. Hard hike. I'm scared of heights, but I did it. I climbed the cables. So hiking is something that you guys want to experience more of or get into, then you would want to join us on those hikes. So not the wellness hikes, but the ones that we host every other weekend in the month. And that is with 209 Hikes and Schoffer Community. So we are waiting for Miss Rachel to come back. I don't know why I call her Miss Rachel. My kids call her Miss Rachel. RC. And if anyone wants to know what I'm drinking, this is a Shawnator from the Shaw Bar. I own the Shaw Bar. It's a health and wellness bar. So we offer healthy drinks, smoothies, refreshers, energy drinks. We try to make everything organic, tasty, because I'm not going to eat anything that doesn't taste good. So I consider that for the community as well. We do meal preps. We have detoxes. We have cleanses. We offer cook to order items. So if you come in the store, we make things like turkey burgers, healthy stir fries. Excuse me. We have protein pancakes, protein waffles, breakfast sandwiches, chicken clubs. We do Taco Tuesdays. So we do a lot of things. But yeah, this is where this is from, the Shaw Bar. So we are located at the Waterfront Warehouse, 445 West Weber Avenue, Suite 134. And that's in Stockton, California. And we are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 2. Excuse me. So feel free to stop by whenever. And our guest is back.
Listen, okay, first of all, this is a live recording. And I want you to understand, I got auntie energy I'm handling too. So when you're a working mom, things happen. I always try to normalize that. So I don't want to take that from your interview. But I thank you for plugging your business. We have our next guest for you coming back on, and let's see who it is when he pops in the frame. All right. We're going to take this one thing at a time, because I do this live to connect and show you the humanistic side, but shit happens. Okay, who do we have? Who is this?
It's Nico.
You know, I got my glasses on.
It's Nico.
Hi, Nico.
Hey, how are you ladies? How you lovely ladies doing today? You look so beautiful,
good.
both of you.
So Nico, tell us about your beautiful experience with Lakeisha. How do you support Lakeisha? First of all, have you been watching the podcast this whole entire time?
Yes, I have. And
do you see
amazing.
This church lady scarf she got me? Clowning though. See how she just clown me?
Going into your church pew, huh?
Listen, I said that's okay. I've always been the
church dance.
Give me your thumb while you're walking down the aisle. I was that usher. That's how I was taught.
Come on now.
Right?
Give us the message though.
Right? Okay, anyway, so talk about Keisha. Let these people know that want to know about Miss Shaw, because they see the most beautiful, pretty, always prep. They don't know the story. Can you tell about a healing story that we can open up in a good way where it uplifts who she is now and what she's been doing?
Oh man, what I can say is that Keisha, she has something about her with her soul is just so pure and genuine. Like when she goes the extra mile, she cares for you. It's like seriously, like she'll drop everything in a dime of a hat just for, even if it's for like a split second, just to talk to you. She'll tell you, you know, I'm here if you want to talk. And even if you're not ready to talk to her, she's patient. She's patient enough to wait until you are ready uh, to you know, open up and speak. And that's a beautiful thing, and it's very rare, and you know, especially on this earth. In a world where there's selfishness, it can sometimes seem like a rare gem. Having friends who goes above and beyond, and for people's health is truly a treasure and the measure, and beyond measure. She has this nurturer heart, and it's just it possesses the innate ability and the nature um, to provide help for those who are in the crisis or in the need for it. Um, she um, she has empathy and compassion. She's amazing. She's an amazing human being, and I couldn't been any grateful to have her in my life.
Ashe.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nico.
yeah,
Spoken like a true king. Thank you for that.
absolutely.
And I have a similar story. You know, when you
Before you
go
start.
ahead. Yeah.
Nico's graduating.
Okay. See how she puts everybody before. Come on, Queen. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for because I
want
wanted
him
to
yes,
recognize
I
that.
want him to
Yes.
share what he's graduating and where.
Okay, go ahead, Nico.
So I'm graduating. I'm graduating this Saturday. It'll be May 11th, and I'm getting my bachelor's degree in sociology with a minor in ethnic studies, where I will be transferring to get my master's in social work
Okay.
Uh-oh.
From where?
Another. Come
from
on.
UOP. Yes,
Yes.
University
Go.
of Pacific,
UOP has a
hometown.
dynamic person coming out of there. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, you're blessed and highly favored and
Oh,
anointed.
thank
So
you.
when you go do this hard work, it's hard, but just know you do it always unto the creator, right?
Yes, it's Yahweh.
But congratulations.
Thank you
Yes.
so much,
That's an
RC.
accomplishment.
I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. It's been truly a blessing to know the both of you.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Nico. And I feel so similar. Thank you, Nico. We have some other guests in the back, and we appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Love
Thank
you
Bye,
you.
both.
Bye,
Nico.
Nico.
Bye. See you. See you
Thank
tomorrow. Huh?
you.
Yes, tomorrow.
All right.
So bye-bye. So Keisha, let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what it took um to get to where you're at. Because that's what people want to know. They see this prime, pretty girl. She has the cute shape. She has the businesses. She has everything. Who is she though? Like that's who she is. But what's your story? What's your story? What are you comfortable telling us tonight?
It's a long story, but to simplify it, it's crazy that you asked that because a lot of people wonder where does she come from? Why is she so bubbly? Who does she think she is? You know, the misperceptions that come with being everything that you stated. But my family is from South Stockton. Um, Grew up on welfare, been homeless, without. Um, my mom was mentally retarded, prostitute, white woman.
And when we say mentally retarded, we're not saying it as an offense. We're saying a diagnosis.
Retardation. It's a diagnosis. Yes.
I need to get that clear.
Yes.
That's that auntie spirit that gets activated. Okay.
My dad was from South Stockton, in and out of prison, gangster life, did drugs, abused my mom severely. I'm the middle of 7 children. So there's, 7 of us. I don't know if my dad is the dad to all of us or not, but I do know we have the same mom. I grew up in a very abusive environment at home. I was sexually abused for 12 years till I ran away at 18.
Okay, so we don't just run over that because I was like, okay, up until this moment.
At 18, I ran away.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh, when you run away, like your past is your past. And that's how I lived for quite a bit. No family, no friends. So what do they say? The streets raised me. I just lived my life running into the arms of anyone that would open them for me. So you guys can imagine what that is like. There's not too many nice people out there. So I've learned a lot of bad things and overcome a lot as an adult. I met my husband. I am married. Yay. When I was, oh my God, it's been 20 years. How old am I? 42. So at 22, he's the husband, father of my 5 children. We had our ups and downs, you know, what comes with being with somebody for 20 years. But what started my journey with my businesses in health and wellness and helping people came from when I birthed my first set of twins. Which was 15 years ago. I knew nothing about being healthy at all. Not mental health, physical health, nothing, nutritional health, nothing. But the doctor told me that my children's lives was dependent on my well-being. And looking at them being born 3 months early, 1 pound each, both of them trached at 4 months, G-tubes placed in, oxygen concentrators, code blues. I can't even count how many times. And then they turn around and say they're not going to live past 2. For the doctor to say their life was dependent, even the short amount of time they gave them was on my well-being. I immediately went from hot Cheetos and Pepsis and, you know, just
went into this health and wellness. Okay, yes. Stop right there because listen. I know there might be some comments or questions in the chat. I want to make sure that there's not. You can actually post questions. I'm always monitoring, and also my marketing team is always monitoring the questions. Please put that ribbon on the screen. You got any questions? Drop it in the chat. Miss Lakeisha Shaw is here, an exclusive interview. She came here as one of the first podcast interviews because she's my girl. She has shown her love for me. She's shown how to uplift me. And she wanted to have this exclusive with telling her story the first time. But guess what? The book is coming. Uh-oh. The book is coming. Did I apply the pressure or...
Why are you always applying the pressure?
I'm going to always apply the pressure because that's what... Do you know what my position is
in
basketball? Do you know what my position in basketball is?
But you know, it's okay.
What's that?
To apply the pressure.
That's right.
Because God has been putting it on my spirit.
Ashe.
And confirmation is real.
Come on.
But yes, a book is coming. I feel like it's necessary because in my walk in this purpose that God has laid out for me, he has brought me through a whole lot. And I run across a lot of individuals daily that I find myself being relatable to.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my traumas, past, current, whatever, I feel like has prepared me to be able to help somebody.
Sure.
So when people ask, why are you always so kind? Why are you always so nice? Why are you always so loving? My life, I look through a lens of the majority of individuals are not healthy and well. I know what it feels like to walk a life where you feel like nobody cares about you.
Uh-oh. Listen, time out. Rebel Ray story. Because you know I got chronicles, right? That's what that hashtag is about. I got stories.
Stories.
That's that Southside stories. One of Keisha's panels that she got on took us all by surprise. Let's tell you about the major panel this was about. This was I'm on film. Thank you. This was go out. This was you on panel. There was the chief. There was and I'm gonna have to text Brother Solomon to help me with these kids because we can't be getting interrupted. We have to have the tea. It's funny tea, but it's good tea. Now,
did you have the picture to post while you tell the tea?
Listen, I'm gonna send it to my marketing. I posted it on my story, but no one caught it because my
Right.
humor is weird. But she stands up in the middle of a panel and sings.
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside mine. It's my favorite song.
Listen, you thought I was church auntie. I had my African print on, like the
You
church
slid in
auntie.
that chair.
I slid down in that chair. I said, "Uh-oh." She took it there. Stood up on the middle of the panel, started singing that song, and when I tell you the energy that came in that room,
Well, you have to think about
you
it.
changed. You are an atmosphere changer, and she is so bold in how she leads. Right? That's why you're transformative. You're not just a disruptor, because I don't like that word. People like creative
I make
people.
good noise.
You make good noise.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, you revive the understanding of who it is to be Black, who it is to be proud, who it is also to be a multiracial person.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in all of those courageous conversations, what it means to have perinatal health,
Mm-hmm.
what it means to be sexually abused and survive,
Yeah.
what it means to be a small businesswoman and a single mom
And Black.
and Black. You told the stories on that panel. You said, listen, they're not listening to us. We have to save ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have to change our diet. Listen, the anointing came in. We almost had some church. I almost jumped up and stopped. Hey, hitting that. When Nick, Nico, he come from church too. So when we hit that little dance in the 4 square thing, you ever see them church ladies do that? That's because we practicing our dance. I wanted to jump out of that seat when I saw that. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you, the activist and the advocate you are. I'm not gonna call you an activist because that comes with a whole nother, but an advocate. You live this thing. It's hard to live it. You don't give it. There's times when you're overwhelmed, and you fix my crown, and you trust me to fix your crown. I appreciate you. I'm gonna say it openly here. The dynamic that you are, truly, is like nothing else. I want you to know that. A lot of people don't know. One of the things that her dad taught her to do was play the violin, sing, and play the piano. And she reads and writes music. And a lot of people don't know that she used to have a sidewalk. What would you call it?
When I was playing on the streets in San Francisco. So that's how we paid rent in
Come on, tell them. People don't know. When I say we got Rebel Ray Chronicles, the important, beautiful people I meet daily and their stories, tell them about that.
So as I mentioned, we were on welfare and stuff. A lot of times when people come through a life of trauma, they focus on the bad, but I tend to focus on the good parts of it. So my dad was a musician. He played by ear. And at the age of 2, I started playing the piano and violin, reading and writing music. My brother and I both were classically trained. I have a rare gift, perfect pitch. You guys don't know what that is. If you were to play the piano and I'm not looking at you, I could tell you every note, write it down, orchestrate it, all the stuff. I could put a tone to anything, a knock on the wall, whatever. So that's what perfect pitch is. But nonetheless, so one of the ways where we would make money to eat and stuff is we would travel on the weekends to San Francisco in a van, and we would sleep in the van overnight, and we would have an electric piano and the violin. And this is when San Francisco was popping. Fisherman's Wharf.
Yeah, the Fisherman Wharf was popping.
So I had the big signs out there, and then like the tip bucket, and we made a lot of money. Well, to me, it was a lot of money as a kid. But I mean, I would just see the buckets filling up, and that's where I found joy in my trauma.
Hold on, stop. You stop. Yeah. That's deep. Mm-hmm. I found joy in my trauma. I don't know. I think you could preach on that. Oh, hold on, Progressive Community Church, Sister Keisha. Talk about that, sister. Walk us through.
It's how I survived. It made me feel important. valued, needed. It was a way to express feelings and emotions because I wasn't allowed to do that. It was the only time I felt important and worthy. And I got to do it with my brother. And because we were so good, and we were Black, classically trained, we won every competition that we were in. And I was like, I am somebody.
Ashe Queen. You are somebody, and I know you fighting in tears, telling your story. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your courageous conversations. Thank you in front of everybody telling your story tonight. We're working moms. Please excuse our working children. They don't stop either. They will be bosses. They're here behind the stage here. But Lakeisha was dedicated to come and talk just a little bit about what she's doing. And I want you to plug your businesses before you leave because it's important that we have other people backstage. Okay, one more. Okay.
Who we have?
Okay, I love it. Bring it on. Let's go. Bring it on. Who is it?
I'm excited.
I love it. Who is it? Let's see who it is. We love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna put this back here because I'm watching the comments. I'm watching the comments. I'm here. Okay, you brought some. Who's the person? Do we have a name? Do we have? Okay, JP. JP, come on on. Are you on? You gonna have your camera on, JP? You cute. I'm just making sure this was coming in. Is he still there? Okay, JP. When you ready to jump on?
I'm on.
That's my friend. That's my friend, y'all.
That's pure Black joy.
Jason!
It's pure Black joy, and I'm not to make no shame of color because we got all the color for our white boyfriend.
It's the myth. It's the legend. It's the J. Perry.
Stop it, Jason. Mr. Jason Perry, thank you, sir, for chiming in and coming and blessing us with your presence and also coming to connect and tell us about this queen right here. Tell us in your testimony. Won't you testify?
Whew, I tell you, listening to her talk, listening to Nico talk, I'm like, wait a minute. She come in my life so I could be her therapist. Keisha came in my life so that you could be in my life.
Ashe, that's how it works, King.
Right? It's Keisha's certainly a connector of people. Like, she likes to bring good people together who can collectively heal and raise one another up. She drives me crazy in the absolute possible ways, but it's also a blessing and a curse as it comes along. But she's brought many good people in my life, and I'm fortunate for it. She's brought many good laughs, and we just truly have a good time. And as Keisha tells me, I'm stuck with her for life, and that's okay. You know, we met back in 2022. We never thought we would actually be friends, but 17 minutes in of conversation, and maybe it was 17 seconds or not. I'm not sure. It probably wasn't even that long. But before I know it, Keisha had stalked me and joined me on Facebook and Instagram, and the rest has been history.
Ashe. And that's what we need. And you know what? Spoken like a true scholar, and your boundaries are impeccable. I want y'all to pay attention. He didn't tell you none of his business, but he uplifted his sisterin. That's how you do it. That's how y'all do it. Y'all post too much stuff on Facebook and Instagram. Y'all stop over posting. Only post what you want people to see. I don't know. I felt that in my spirit.
I think you're talking to me too.
Okay. Because I'll be like, Keisha deleted.
That's Jason.
No, Jason too. Listen, Jason understands the assignments. When you're out here, you're building, you're evolving, y'all. And I'm bringing this back to the prune tree because Jason, he actually dropped some gems. He showed you how you show up for your friend, you love on your friend, you uplift your friend, and you could still be powerful, and your friend can be powerful too. A lot of people don't know that, but Jason is a powerful man and makes things happen in the city of Stockton. I appreciate your testimony, Jason, uplifting Queen here and the work she's doing. We're very proud of her. As someone that is supporting Shaw for Community, the Shaw Bar, and also Fit Me. I congratulate you and you just opened up your gym. Yes. So, Jason, were you there?
I am here.
Okay, so were you at the gym opening?
I was at the gym opening.
I
It was a
love
great
it.
experience. Apparently, I've made a lot of cameos in her TV spots.
A lot.
Right. There's a particular Hagen cameo that comes to my mind. That's infamous, sir. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to keep it PG clean. That's an inside joke, but we're having fun this podcast. I had so much fun with you guys coming on. You have a tremendous story. I am waiting on this book.
It's a
I am
coming.
waiting on this book. I can't wait. You got a whole support system that believes in you. You got the city of Stockton on fire.
At the light, use the right
Come
lane
on.
to turn on Fourth
And
Colorado
we're
Avenue.
gonna let Jason go because he's trying to get to his destination. We love you, Jason.
Drive
Hey,
safe, please.
I love you too. And
Love you too.
Rachel, we're going to, we'll be sitting by the fire and we'll be reading the story, sipping some wine. And I just want to give a shout out to the dog because I heard him in the background and he listened to you. And my dog's the man.
Jason, don't you get in trouble. Bye-bye now.
Love you, ladies.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. Sometimes we have too much fun and people be like, what are y'all giggling over there about? And it's life. It's life.
You need to laugh.
You gotta laugh.
You have to. There's so much to cry about. And one of the things that I make sure of every day, I may be crying inside, but I'm gonna make sure somebody smile.
Woo! Look at me. You know how them church ladies doing that. What's wrong with me? I must be birthing something. I don't know. It's very spiritual.
Don't let that slip. Though.
Don't let it slip. That's right. Thank you. You knew what you was doing. I
I
love you. That's why I love you. You always got my back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Are we at our mark? Ain't nobody behind anymore. Listen, this is me. This is my element. If you don't like it, you can find another podcast. This is what we do. When we build synergy, when we come on, we come authentic. It's the stories. It is the brilliance. It's the creativity. And it's the authenticity that I keep coming back to. Like when I get on the podcast, it's to connect to you and show you yourself, show you who you can be. But if you want to excel and go greater, by all means do that. This is the Prune Tree. I'm Rebel Ray, your host.
You're ending it? I got a gift for you.
You do?
I do.
Okay. Oh wait, listen. This is not. You got more gifts.
I do.
Listen.
All the work that you do in the community, Rachel, and the things that you have to go through, because I see it. The work that you do comes with a lot. And I understand too that when you're helping others, there may be triggers for things that you're trying to deal with or have dealt with. So I got you some stuff to help you with that because I need you well. Because if you're not well, then South Stockton's not well, and some of the rest of the community too. So I got you some chocolate grow for when you on your cycle. Wait,
don't say that. You can't say that on the podcast. Can he say that? I'm supposed to try to stay PG. Okay. You a hot mess. Let me get you together. Chocolate. Okay. Thank you.
And wine.
Oh, you know I love wine.
Wine and chocolate. I don't think this is the right wine for the chocolate.
It's
I am
okay.
not a wine person.
It's
I think
all
it's
right.
supposed to be red.
I love it, and I love Kirkland.
And I didn't have it.
I said that with shade, but I love Kirkland because
you leave my Kirkland wine
I
alone.
am going to leave it alone. You just like the box ladies.
try to love on people.
I'm sorry. We go way back. I love you. Give me a hug.
No.
Yes, give me a hug.
No. Kirkland got a hug for you. You haven't hugged that Kirkland bottle.
Thank you.
But if
For thinking
I
about
want
me.
to say something before you close it.
Oh, I can't handle it.
I know.
This is me growing
Oh,
in
this
front of
isn't
the
about
camera. Okay.
This is for them.
Okay.
What I want to say is for them. I mean, it's for you too.
We're done now with me?
We're done with you.
Okay, thank you I appreciate you.
Here, you want this bag?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a great bag.
That's a great place though to shop. The stuff smells good.
Go ahead.
I just want to leave you guys with this. So a lot of you guys know I am into health and wellness. That is truly my passion. It's a priority for me, for everyone. I don't care what race you are, your background, nothing like that. I would like for everyone, if possible, to be intentional every day to just be a good human. And what I mean is be intentional with how you speak to people. Extend grace. You just don't know what people are going through, what they have been through. Extend forgiveness. And I know that that's hard, right? One of the hardest things I had to do was forgive my dad, but it was the best thing I could have ever done.
We need a part 2.
Yeah.
I don't even know what her dad did. Ooh, that's a lot, girl.
And when people ask how I have been through so much trauma in my life and dealing with people backstabbing me, coming for me, all the things, how I can still love, how I can still spread joy while I'm always smiling and laughing is because of my trials and what I've been through is why I can do that. And what I mean is I know what it's like to be lonely. I know what it's like to be abused. I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be cheated on. I know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to lose somebody. I know what it's like to not have anybody. And when you go through these things in life, it affects you in such a way where how we talk to people when we're going through these things, our behaviors, how we respond to situations, how it affects our relationships, how we parent, right? And so because
it sounds like family systems. You don't even know family systems, but they teach that.
Because I know what that feels like, and it's not a good feeling. Mm-hmm. And I would cry and beg that people would just extend grace and forgiveness for me because I just simply did not know. I simply just didn't know how to respond or handle what I was feeling and what I was going through. So I see that when somebody attacks me. I see that when someone can't show up for me.
Let me ask you something, because dang, I was about to stop it. I don't want to keep you. We got kids and stuff in the morning, but
they quiet now.
Okay. I guess we're going. We're gonna
I think
address this.
I think it's just important because people wonder how someone like me can stay positive. And it's important for me to share that information if we want to see more of that.
We have to get an exclusive. This is a lot of information. You got a lot of wisdom. And so
life taught me.
When you life in those are the lessons.
Yes. When life is lifing, it's lessons. Can I
ask you something? So I often use the tree as the paradigm to help personification of the self. A lot of people can't look or support growth of the self. So I use a tree a lot of times when I'm teaching. What parts of the tree would you trim to get to where you're at now? That's deep. And you got to think about the tree and how the tree gets the source of nutrition, how the tree has vitality, where it gets it. Does it need water? Is it the environment? The roots good? Is it bearing fruit?
So the thing, you can't change the roots.
Can you though?
You can't.
Why you can't change
the roots? The roots on a tree are hundreds of years old.
But your roots was born into trauma, but you changed.
But my roots never did.
Interesting.
What people always say is, they say heal and move on and leave stuff in the past, right? You don't leave nothing in the past. I am who I am because I was sexually abused for 12 years.
Okay.
I am who I am because I've been homeless. I am who I am because I've had bad friends. I've had bad relationships. I've done things I shouldn't have done. All the things that they say heal and move on from and forget about. It's why I'm able to do what I do today. It's who I am today. It's why I'm loving today. Those are my roots. So you can't change the root, right? And there's always going to be seasons.
How do you love the root, Keisha? How do you love the root when it's rooted in so much pain? Right? I'm hearing from a master right now.
So the things is you have to be able to let the leaves fall off.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people
Listen.
do want to hold on to things that they shouldn't hold on to. So you do have to let things go and let them fall. But Tim, you ever been in a situation and it hurt you so bad you just hated how it felt? You just hated it to the core. I mean, you just cried. You just like, God, please take this pain away. Like I
a
can't.
lot of times,
like
I
can't take it anymore.
You know, I diffuse heavy stuff with comedy. That's how I cope with the truth. And I did that in the kitchen, washing dishes. I was like, Jesus, I've done a lot. You know, you had that scream, Jesus. I started crying, weeping. That's a real moment right there.
Yeah.
When you like, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
How do I change this situation? I don't like these outcomes. Do I love myself enough to listen to myself and believe in myself?
And you hate it.
No, I love it. It's like constipation.
No, I meant
you got to release it.
You have to release it.
Ashe.
But you hate how that felt initially.
It's the pruning. That's why we're here at the Prune Tree Podcast. I talk about the pruning all the time. That's what people want to be all victorious on Instagram. And look at me now. Tell me about that process. Because what I'm going through, oh my God.
For me,
right?
A lot of the things that hurt me with people and circumstances, I didn't like how that made me feel.
Yeah.
I hated it. I attempted suicide twice in my life. And I really started my true healing journey after the second time because God was like, now I'm sparing you.
I'm sparing you.
And I need you to do what I need you to do.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Because of how I felt and I hated it so much, right? When I'm out here every day, whether it's in the Shaw Bar, randomly in the street, talking to my friends, whatever, right? I do my best to try to help in situations to avoid others from feeling what I felt. Now, why would I do that? Nobody was there for me. And that's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
Because it's needed.
Okay.
It also helps me, right? It's like, I've been through this. I know what this feels like. And I wanted so bad to not feel this. And I wanted so bad for someone to be there for me. So what do I do with that? Do I sulk in it? Do I simmer in it? Do I feel sorry for myself? Or do I take what has happened to me and feel the need for others that are here with it?
Okay. Now, I heard that. I'm always jumping ahead because I'm a scholar and a lady. And you are too. Can you share with us when do we stop focusing on everyone else? Because a lot of us, we're empaths, we're creatives, and we're healers. So how do we balance everything we got going on to go and help? Because that's sometimes the problem with the journey and the pruning and carrying folks.
Right.
You don't know. You like, took on all of this.
You can't do it until you start your healing journey first.
Like it came from me.
I'm not telling y'all unhealed folks to go out there and do that. That's not going to work. That's not going to help you. So,
we in church.
Where's the temple?
We in church. Are we in church? I need my.
You gotta understand.
I need my drum.
I literally lost everything, my business, everything, because I was just out here trying to do it without healing myself.
I'm gonna let you tell
And
it. I'm gonna let you tell it.
The healing journey, and I know this is something y'all everybody heard before, is a continuous journey. It is. To think that someone who's experienced, I'm 42, 18 years pretty much of abuse.
Girl,
right?
we need some wine.
You're so
We
fucking
need
cute.
Woo!
To think I'm not going to have triggers, even now,
That's being in denial.
Yeah, that's being in denial.
Why do people live there?
Why do they live in denial? Because people love fantasies.
Oh. Girl, let me tell you. When I saw them blueberry workout, hold on. When I saw them blueberry workout pants, I said, "Hey, blueberry." I said, "That's a bad."
Why do you think social media is so popular? It's fake. People
Keisha.
don't want to live in reality.
But Keisha, you got the blueberry in real life.
Right, which is why something has to be wrong with me. There is something wrong with me.
I know y'all are probably mad. Like, why did Rebel Ray interrupt her in that such? Because that's our vibe. Leave me alone. This is heavy. This is heavy. And so I break it up with laughter. Because when you sit next to someone that you love, and I did the same thing to Fayette Latrice. Shout out Fayette. We're gonna have you back on. She told her story the first time with her book. Mm-hmm. Girl, all of us called each other and was like, "Did you know that about Fayette?" That's how people gonna feel about you when they hear this podcast.
It's important to share with discernment.
I share
when it's time, because the time is not always right.
Yeah,
but it's a disservice, especially if I'm considering myself to be someone that's for the community and as a leader, to not share some of my experience, because I need to, in order for me to make an impact and do what I need to do, people need to be able to trust me.
They got to trust you, and they got to trust that you're actively healing, right?
Yes. Well, you know when I'm
actively, healing is not one time.
So how do I actively heal?
Take us to church.
Yeah. I actively heal by keeping boundaries. I have boundaries with everyone. Okay. And that's very important.
Can you give me 3 boundaries? Just share some gems. She's available for guest speaking.
Boom. You're so funny.
No, I'm serious. I'm prophesying. I'm pushing you.
Boundaries, oversharing.
Okay.
That's so you don't need to overshare with everyone, right? And why not overshare is because you have to understand when you share something, you open yourself up for opinions. Okay. You open yourself up for judgment. You open yourself up for people involving themselves in things that, okay, I'm just sharing with you. I didn't say involve yourself. I'm just, you know what I mean? Because we feel the need to share. Mm-hmm. And so to keep the boundaries and people in place to not cross over and try to interrupt or give opinions and stuff, stop oversharing things. Mm-hmm. So that's one boundary. Another boundary is you don't have to always answer your phone.
Ooh, or like the Facebook or Instagram post, or follow the person. That. I think we need to. I got a real girlfriend on the show who is a queen, who is dropping gems right now. So you say what you are feel led to do, but I'm not gonna tell you what to say. But
that is important.
Hecka important.
A lot of people live their life on social media. I don't.
Interesting.
My friendships are real life. So if you call me and say, "Girl, how come you didn't? Did you text me? Did you call me?" No, I had it on Facebook. Didn't you see it on? I mean, I know I post a lot, but that don't mean that I'm.
But again, that's branding. And so people don't really understand that when you post, you're posting your brand. This is a businesswoman on 3 different levels. And she's doing community. She's posting and her content is excellent. And you see the brand across. But I think it's important what you're sharing, the boundaries. Mm-hmm. So some of us haven't healed. What we're saying, it goes all together. If you haven't healed, put some boundaries in place for you. You should have some boundaries.
With healing, you still need boundaries.
Right. But I'm talking to the people who overshare on
Mhm,
social media,
mhm.
Instagram,
It's
and their
their
business
outlet.
people. It's
It's
their
their
outlet,
outlet.
but don't use it as an outlet.
Mm-mm.
It's not a safe outlet.
No.
We all got maladaptive coping skills. I'm very strategic on what I post.
Trust me, I used to overshare a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it did not do me any justice.
Okay.
In fact, it was one of the reasons why it pushed me to my second suicide attempt.
Okay.
And so
Dang, this is too.
This
We
is
gotta
coming
have a
from
follow up, bro.
yeah. This is
crazy.
coming from experience, and I still have a lot of work to do. Trust me. And I'm thinking about taking a sabbatical from social media.
Well, it's a cleanse. You're all about cleansing. You're all about.
I'm all about cleansing, detoxing, and not just pooping.
You're so funny.
I'm a queen at that, by the way.
Listen, go get you. And I'm mad that you coined yourself the queen. We're not gonna coin her that, y'all. There's not.
Oh, you gonna coin me? You better ask Vina.
Listen, we're not gonna ask anybody. What we are gonna do is you're gonna go get that Shawnator. You see how I plugged it? Okay, go get that Shawnator when you need that colon cleanse and that energy. Now,
but yeah, so boundaries is and continuous healing, right? We those that have experienced trauma, and we all have, right? And I do not downplay anyone's trauma. And a lot of people do that. People will begin to share and open up because it's very hard to be vulnerable, and people will downplay it.
Wow.
And so, prime example, I had someone that felt vulnerable, safe enough to share with me that they were sexually abused one time. I had someone there with me, someone that I knew. She knew the other individual as well, so she decided to share in front of this individual. We had our conversations. I let my friend know, the stuff that happened to me. She kind of knew a little bit, and the conversation ended. A young lady left. My friend proceeded to say, I don't even know why she's still tripping, and you was sexually abused for 18 years.
Woo. So we putting timelines on healing.
So here's
and
the
trauma.
Thing. No, they want to compare trauma.
The trauma.
So here's some real truth, right? I'm gonna feel more sympathy for someone who we'll use sexual abuse, right? Who's experienced it one time more than me, because it was every day of my life for 12 years. You know why?
Tell me why. What's your logic behind it?
It was normal for me.
Wow, that's deep.
You know what time hurt the worst?
You an onion. I don't
the
know.
First time.
Of course.
The first time,
that's
the betrayal. But as years went by, I normalized it.
So we see that Stockholm syndrome, and we call that in mental health, about going back to your abuser. We see it in see it in victimization. Mm-hmm. We see it in domestic violence. We see it in sex trafficking. We see it in the pimping and the pandering. Heck, you see it in everyday relationships with unhealthy, unhealed people. And so you begin to hurt other people when you don't practice
or trauma bond with them.
Or you trauma bond. And we gotta have to do a follow-up because I think we're over, Nika. We're over an hour, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And so we have to probably edit this talk on a second talk. You can undress it as much as you want, but I want people to prepare for your book. A lot of that undressing, those you becoming and revealing why and how you healed is going to be in that book.
Yeah.
So and I want people to buy her book. It's coming.
When it's coming.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, prioritize your health and well-being. You, and this is for you too.
Yes.
Are your priority.
Yes.
You always come first.
Yes.
We are moms, right? And we tend to get stuck in titles, and we put our health and well-being aside because a mom is a priority.
We're gonna be fixing the audio here very soon.
Executive
is saying no video signal, but we'll be fixing it. One moment.
He has it.
The camera had to reach. Okay, there it is.
So
the feed. I hope we didn't lose anybody.
Prioritize your health and well-being. You are your number one priority, and I'm speaking to everybody out there. Okay. You need to love on you. You need to value who you are. You need to take the time to make sure that you're okay, because all your other roles will suffer. And you think that you're being the best mom. You think you're being the best wife or husband or the best dad or the best employee or the best CEO. But how are you being the best at all those things and you don't even love yourself?
Okay.
How are you the best at all those things, and every night you're going to bed crying and you just don't know what to do, which that is even still okay, right? Because it's an outlet. But just prioritize your health and well-being and know that you are valued, know that you are loved, know that you are needed, know that you are appreciated, and you need to walk in that.
And you're a health and wellness coach. This is something that even as a therapist, we talk about, we develop for people, but you're a coach. And so these are things that if you go to meet Keisha, she's going to meet you where you're at. When during the consulting phase, and I saw you consult a lot of people because I'm her mental health and emotional wellness coach for Shawford community. And so when people come in, is to be supported, is to get the food, get the nutritional things, but you also coach, and I love that. I
don't like to call it coaching.
Okay, what you call it?
We're not going to call it coaching. Okay. So I don't coach. I love on you. When you come into the Shaw Bar, the sign says a cute little sign where I put your food right there, and it says the secret ingredient is love. I talk to you as another human. I see you. I see you. I acknowledge you. And the crazy thing is, not to be scary, I can see hurt. I can feel it. I can sense energy. And I am going to meet you where you are. And the more you feel safe and comfortable and vulnerable with me, then I share the same sentiments with you. And next thing you know, we're 2-3 hours in, and we have come up just human engagement, right? What a solution to get you to help you get to where you need on your health. I
appreciate you for coming. Yeah. Plug Shawford community one more time.
Yes, Shawford community. In case y'all didn't know, Shaw stands for Sharing Health and Wellness. Shout out to Burdell Shaw. That's my husband. But no, Shawford community. So we are a nonprofit organization. See my shirt. Where community thrives together. We are a nonprofit organization that shares health and wellness through community engagement activities. One of our programs is 209 Hikes. So if you are not in the 209 Hikes group, please join it. You will not be disappointed. It's just another way for community to come together and prioritize health and well-being. We have seminars and we have workshops to where we teach you how to eat healthy, work on your physical fitness, all sorts of things. And then, as you guys know, the Shaw Bar, the healthy food nutrition spot. And then now we have the Fit Me, which is right next door to the Shaw Bar. So we do yoga, Pilates, kickboxing, group training, personal training, a lot of services that we do in all of my business adventures is affordable. And a lot of it is free. So
let's go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. And so I'm going to do the church lady announcement thing because we need to really, push this thing for each other and for the community and really uplift each other's vision and support. So I have the actual flyer here. This is a mental health awareness hike, hiking for a purpose. It's going to be May 19th. We're going to be meeting at the Shaw Bar at 6 a.m. for making sure we lead together. Usually we have one of our admins for the 209 Hikes meet everyone at our place, and we're going to Lake Chabot. So we will be doing that. I'll be doing the wellness segment. We do have sponsored seats, so I have about 30 left. RSSC is sponsoring the health and wellness part to go into green space and also teach emotional wellness, and I'll be partnering with that to uphold that. And I want to thank you all. Listen, we got so many things coming up. I want you to know that on May 21st, Tuesday, we have Reimagining Access to Capital series, A Cost of Business and You, Foundations for a Successful Business. You can register. I will put this actual flyer on the Pruned podcast actual feed. But it's sponsored by Chase for Business, Working Solutions, U.S. Bank, and SMAC. And that is not the other SMAC, but it's SMMAC. And we're going to be having a health and wellness fair at the Dorothy Jones Community Center starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Come out, connect. We're trying to get community health workers into the communities to support us. I want to thank you, Miss Lakeisha Little Shaw. Heart it up, y'all. Heart it up. If you loved her courageous conversations, if you love the vibe, if you love who she was, we talk.
Right.
So we got to have you back. And when you're traveling, you got a bunch of interviews lined up. Just Google her. Google her. Right? You got so many things that's going on. I'm so proud of you. I uplift you, Queen. And I also respect your gangster. You're an original Southside OG.
No, I don't even know
Don't
the signs.
do it.
Like, I'm
Don't
like,
throw it out.
I don't even know the signs.
We are not gangsters. I
My
repeat,
middle name
we are
Lawana,
not
though.
gangsters. I was never a gangster. I was a church girl.
Can
Okay.
you tell my middle name?
No.
My middle name's Lawana, y'all. It
For
is
real,
though.
for real.
Right.
Lawana. Okay. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We appreciate you. All right. Peace.